In this video, I will show you guys how to make a microserver that is vanilla or it will have plugins. Now, please subscribe, and now let's get into it. So first, go to the Microsoft launcher and then go to installations and press new installations. And now I'm going to choose a micro version that I want the server to be running on. I will choose 1.21.1 in this case. And now go press this server download icon, which will download the server. Now we have server.jar, and to keep everything clean inside your folders, we're going to go find somewhere that is not in your cloud files and that you remember. So I have it in Windows C, so it's easy for me to know where it is. And we're gonna just create a new folder, and I'm just gonna name this tutorial vanilla server. Now let's go back to downloads, and we're gonna drag server.jar into here. And now just go into the folder. Now we're gonna right click, new text document. We're gonna name this anything. I'm just gonna name this launch server. And then instead of .txt, we're gonna do .bat. Now we're going to edit in Notepad. From the description below, we're going to be pasting this in. And all you need to know is that this jar name has to be the exact same name that we have here. And another thing is, this number is the lowest amount of RAM usage from your computer you were using to power the server, which is 2 gigabytes. And this number is 4 gigabytes, so that means the maximum it can use is 4 gigabytes of RAM. Now we're going to file, save, and then close. Now we're going to open the bat file. And just press enter and go to eula.txt. Here we're going to change this false to true, and then file, save, and close. And then just do launch server.bat again. For your server address to join the server, we're going to be typing in localhost. Localhost is the only way that you can join to your own server because you are running the server on your machine. So now let's just join the server. Now we can opt myself, and this is my server. Now let's get onto the plugin servers. Before we go on to the next servers, what you need to know to stop your server is, instead of closing the actual command prompt, you have to type in stop. Like this, S-T-O-P. For plugins, there are two main types of plugin servers, Spigot and Paper. Let's go to Spigot first. Now this is build tools, and build tools will help us build a Spigot server. So let's go download Windows or Linux or Mac. It matters what you're on. I'm on Windows, so I'm gonna download Windows. I've had this already downloaded, so it's okay. And we're just gonna move this to somewhere where it's not in your cloud storage and someplace that you remember. So again, I have this in my PC Windows folder. And what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna create a new folder called temporary files. And we're gonna drag build tools inside here. Now we're gonna right click, new, and let's just name this tutorial Spigot server. We're gonna go inside here and we're gonna copy this by going up to this bar and clicking on it and pressing Ctrl C. And now let's go to temporary files and open build tools. And now with the version, you can only do actual releases. So I'm gonna choose 1.21.1 again, and I'm gonna just name this spigot.jar. Make sure to enter the jar, and then we're gonna paste what we had copied before. And now we're gonna compile. After it is done downloading, we're gonna press close, and then we're gonna close build tools. Now what you see here is some temporary files that how to create the jar file, and if you're not gonna create another Spigot server, then you can just delete these. But for quicker download, you might want to keep these. But I'm just gonna delete these because I honestly just don't really need them and it takes up space. Now back in microservers, and then in the tutorial Spigot server file, we find spigot.jar. And what we're going to do is we're gonna right click, new text document. Now name this anything. Again, we're just gonna name this launch.bat and press yes. And now we're going to edit in Notepad. From the description below, again, we are going to paste this in. And this now has to be named spigot.jar because this and this has to be named the exact same thing. And all you need to know is this is the minimum RAM the server will take in, and this will be the maximum RAM the server will take in. Now we're gonna do file, save, and then we're gonna launch the server. Now we're gonna press enter, and then go to eula.txt, and we're gonna change the false to true, and then we're gonna file, save. Now we will launch the server, and it will be really cool. Now let's head over to Minecraft and then enter localhost as our server address, and now let's join. Now we're in our Spigot server with plugins, and now let's head over to our Paper server that can also have plugins, and that was a Willow Mansion, bro. Now in the second link below, we have the PaperMC website, and we're just gonna go press downloads, and then we're gonna press paper. And now this is the latest stable release, but if you want older versions, we will go to Build Explorer down here, and here we're gonna choose what version we want. I'm gonna choose 1.21.1, and just download the one that is the highest one because it is the latest one. Now we have the jar file downloaded. We're gonna be moving this to somewhere not in your cloud files. I have this in my Windows C folder. Now we're gonna right click, new folder, and just name this like anything. I named mine tutorial paper server, and now just drag this in. We can rename this to something easier to remember, so I'm just gonna name this paper. And now we're gonna right click, new text document, and we're just gonna name this something like launch server. And then we're gonna just do .bat. Press yes. And now we're gonna right click and edit in Notepad. If you've already done this step, you can just move on, but here we go. We're gonna paste this in from the description below, and this name has to be the same name as right here. So I'm gonna rename this to paper. This is the minimum RAM usage for your server, and this is the maximum RAM usage that your server will take in. And now we're gonna go file, save, and then now let's launch the server. Now we're gonna just press enter, and it's saying that we have to change something in eula.txt, so we're gonna open eula.txt and change this to true instead of false. Now we're gonna press save, and now we're gonna launch the bat file. Now to join the server, the address of the server will be localhost because you were locally running the server on your own machine. So let's press join server. Okay, and now this is our paper server. Now I will be showing you how to add plugins to your Paper and Spigot servers. Whichever server you downloaded, the Paper or Spigot one, just go in it. I'm gonna go into Spigot one, and there should be a folder named plugins. And in the plugins folder, we're gonna drag or paste in our jar files for our plugin. So I have 2 plugins I made in this video, and now you just have to launch the server. Now quickly down below, comment what type of server and what version of the server you have, and maybe comment what plugins you have on the server. These 2 videos were made on my previous video, TNT pickaxe and launch boots. And this is basically what they do. Oh no. Now there are some different things that you might want to change with your server, and every single server has server properties. I'm in the Spigot server right now, but it doesn't matter. You can open it in Notepad, but I am using Visual Studio Code. Now in server properties, there are many things you can change, like if you want command blocks to be in your server, so I would put true for me. And then here's like render distance and stuff, so I'll set mine to 32, and then simulation distance at 32. Resource pack stuff, you're gonna have to do that on your own, but it's like basically a server resource pack. And then there's just some other stuff that you might want to change, so yeah. I hope that this tutorial was not that difficult to follow, and that you could use your own plugins, or you just have your own vanilla servers on your new server. Here's 2 videos that you might like. See you guys later.